How to become a millionaire fast. Office, what's the fastest way to become a millionaire? In America, fastest way to become a millionaire is hands down real estate. First, you have to ask yourself, even the founding of the United States of America, before or after the Revolutionary War, the first millionaire, real estate, building, development, brick and mortar assets. I'm trying to tell you guys, being a millionaire, the quickest way is going right into real estate. Can you get started? How do you get started? I'm going to give you the game right here. Just for those watching, I'm going to let you know how it's done. I'm going to let you know how I did it, how I watched people do this. Again, I quit school, first week in ninth grade, went straight to mentors. I learned the game. I learned what money was. I learned that money isn't even real. I learned that cash is trash. I learned the only real value is brick and mortar, assets. If you can't touch it, it ain't real. I learned all these things from mentors. And one thing I want to share with you is, before you can say what's the fastest way to be a millionaire, you have to know what a real millionaire is. It isn't running around with a bag of cash. It isn't trash cash. It ain't cash buried in your walls. Being a millionaire is your net worth. It's your assets. What do you own? What do you possess? What is your net worth? What is the total value of your belongings? Over $1 million, you're a millionaire. But do you know how to leverage those assets to make income from those assets? What we like to call cash flow, if you will, lines of credit, HELOCs. Rich people borrow against their assets, guys. They're not out here working hand over fist, stacking the dough. A lot do, but then when they get it, they grab more assets. They borrow more money against the assets. The pipeline keeps feeding. It never ends. That's how you build generational wealth. The BRRRR method is good for this, but if you don't know it and you're just jumping into it, you want to know all these fundamentals before you dive off into trying to get rich or get a net worth of $1 million or more. You need to know all of these things. If you don't even know what money really is or what world you're really even living in and what banking is and what all of this shit means, don't get started in anything yet. You need to build your mindset first so you understand the game you're playing. Quickest way to being a millionaire. So let me tell you guys, if you're out there and you're just getting started, this is the quickest way and I'm going to give it to you. Do you have a credit score of 650, 700 or more? Do you have that?
Oh, yes.
If you said yes, I'm going to show you how to go borrow 25, 30 grand business line of credit against your first business. Do you have that? Can you form an LLC? If not, I can show you. I coach, I teach this stuff. I will help you build the foundation to make you a net worth millionaire less than a year. Less than a year. This is not hard to do, guys, when you know the formula. Credit score. Do you have it?
Yes.
Can you form your LLC for your first business real estate portfolio holding company?
Yes.
You want to form that Delaware. You want to form that somewhere in Wyoming. You want that to be an anonymous LLC that's going to be the nest egg holding your other companies. We'll get into that later. Again, credit score, 600, 700. We're going into your foundation, your LLC, Wyoming, Delaware. We're going into your real estate and construction company that's going to be renovating all your properties. First thing you need to do is go back to your bank. You got your new business. You got a qualified FICO score. You're going to ask for a business line of credit. That can go anywhere from 25, 50 to 100 grand. Depends. First time doing business, totally fine. They got small business loans that are available. Click my link, get my free blueprint. I'll give you the layout how to do this, guys. You're on your way to being a net worth millionaire if you simply follow what I tell you to do. So once you get your credit score, once you build your foundation, you get your LLC, you get your small business loan, you're then going to learn from a professional, not by yourself, where you lose all your money and blow your first shot, how to find and qualify your first single family home. Start with small residential single family homes. Then you work your way up to bigger deals. You work your way up into multifamily. You work your way up into commercial, but you start small. You crawl before you walk. You need to learn. So again, from the top, you need to have a FICO score, 650, 700 or better. You need to get your foundation built. You need to get your holdings company LLC. You need to do that in Delaware. You need to do that somewhere where it can be anonymous. Wyoming is good for taxes. Then you get your other LLC, which is going to be in the state where you're operating for your real estate and construction company. That's the one you're going to get the business loan for. You're a construction company that renovates your own assets. You hire your own contractors. I teach all of this, guys. I'm just giving you the game. I'm just giving you the game. I don't recommend trying to jump into all this by yourself. So once you get that structured, you're going to take that business line of credit. That is your down payment on your first deal. You're going to go to a qualified hard money lender. I know all the best ones to work with. I can get your foot right through the door with one. Download the blueprint. Schedule a call with me. I'd love to help you out. Once you get approval from that lender, you get vetted, even starting with no experience. If you know how to do the underwriting correctly, I will get you approved. Then you find your first deal. Do not work with a realtor. You need to learn to do the proper due diligence, find the right channels to find your own deal, direct with seller or with a wholesaler. There needs to be as much equity as possible on your first deal. Equity. This is the invisible money, forced appreciation that I'm going to teach you how to get. This is the trick. Listen up. When you purchase this property, for example, for $150,000, it's worth $275 to $350 after renovation value. That's after your repairs. That's after your construction company with your loan from the hard money lender renovates your own home with your own vetted contractors. I'll teach you to do this. You're already on your way. You've already beat half the people when you get to this point. Okay? So once you get here, you finish that house, you get it renovated, you get it done, you place your tenant, BRRRR strategy, if you will. This is where this comes in. I know the BRRRR strategy, I use it, but I have my own way. I call it the shark method. It's 10 times faster than the BRRRR, and you're using your down payment one time, and it's gonna keep refueling. I can buy 100 houses with the first down payment I ever used to do a deal. Jump into the shark method, and I will show you this. No one else is doing it the way I do it, I promise you. 27 years I've been doing this, and I'm giving you the game for free. Other coaches will probably get mad for me telling you this. You're already a millionaire. If you have a 650, 700 FICO score, you're already a millionaire if you follow this, if you follow this map. So when you finish your house, you want to get a tenant in it, preferably Section 8, because you got to cover that mortgage note. Whether a tenant's in there or not, you got carrying costs, you got holding costs, your loan can max out. You're going to have maturity dates on your lending. They're going to come in, they're going to foreclose on you while you're still covering that note. You're covering interest every month. There's so many ways this can go wrong, guys. There's probably 10 moving parts to doing a deal correctly and doing it this way and winning with it. I'm just telling you it can be done, and this is how you do it. You got your tenant placed. You then want to refinance. This is where you cross your little fingers and you hope to God the market don't shift and that nothing has changed, and ultimately you get a bad appraisal or a bad appraiser that comes out and blows your whole deal, and you need 50 grand at the closing table to get out of the hard money loan before you hit your maturity date, and they foreclose on you, because that's what happens. I've lost deals, guys. I've lost tons of deals learning this lesson the hard way, and I don't want it to happen to you. I want you to see that you can be a millionaire if you have a decent credit score, structure your LLCs and your foundation correctly, get started in real estate, and do it the right way with the right coach. This is how it's done. Soon as you refinance that, say you get through, say you're done, you judged the deal right, you ran it through my calculator, you know there's enough equity there, you made a little money on your renovation as well, you placed your tenant, you got a deposit from your tenant, you got your lease agreement filled out correctly, you got them in there. Boom. You're already beat 75% of the people trying to do what you're doing and get started. You're ready to do your next deal and you don't even know it yet. Now the after renovation value on your appraisal came back that house is now worth $325K. You need one more of those and you're almost a net worth millionaire. And once you make it to having assets that are worth $1 million, I'm going to show you how to get a line of credit or pull a HELOC against that whole portfolio and take $100,000, $200,000, or $300,000 and go do an even bigger deal or do 50 more. All from that one first deal you started. You're growing a tree basically. And once it grows and it blooms out, the first limb grows another limb, and then that grows and it grows and then it bears the fruits, guys. And this is your cash flow coming in off your portfolio. You can walk in the bank, hey, I own 5 houses, I got 5 tenants placed, it's cash flowing. This is what this portfolio is worth. It's worth $1.5 million, all my assets combined. I would like to borrow $500K against it. I would like a line of credit against it. I'd like an increased credit line. Guys, the successful people are rich with borrowed money. It's all fake. It's not real. It's forced equity. You're borrowing money that doesn't even exist. To be a millionaire is simply owning $1 million worth of assets. And then once you own that, you have a leverage block to go borrow tons of trash cash to play with to keep growing your tree. It's easier than you thought. But there's a lot of moving parts into becoming a dominating real estate investor, master contractor, master operations manager, not to mention building your back office team for your acquisitions, your transaction, your creative financing, your transitional funding. There's so many moving parts to make it happen. I bet everybody that's tried to get into real estate knows at least one person who blew all their money and got totally trying to do this without a coach. You want to be a millionaire, have a decent credit score, have the right coach, gain the assets, place the tenants. You only need 4 or 5 houses, guys, to be worth over $1 million. A little more than that. Imagine when you own 20 houses and you have a net worth of $5 to $8 million. How much fake money you think you can borrow against that to go make more money? That's how it's done. That's the trick. It's the easiest thing to become a millionaire. You just need to own $1 million worth of assets and then borrow against it and keep going, keep going, keep going. They call it the BRRRR method. I have the shark method, and I want to show you how my method works. You can go to my link. You can download my free blueprint. You can also book a strategy call with me. I will build your portfolio for you. I can literally build a 20-house cash flowing portfolio in 1 year. I have been running and managing construction crews my entire life. I have been beating budgets and found every single way to cut the cost on a renovation. I know how to vet and hire the best contractors that are available. I know when you need a GC. I know when I need the right permits pulled. I know when I need a safety inspection. I know when I'm overpaying. Okay? There's a lot of moving factors to win with this, but you need 5 cash flowing houses to really have your foot in the door. Right now, you're working for earned income. Okay, you need to work for yourself, for your own real estate company, earning your own earned income. And then from there, we move into cash flow, paying you while you're sleeping. Then from there, we borrow against and we do bigger, better deals that you're going to make large amounts of money on, while I'm showing you how to wholesale and make massive reassignments on reassigning properties to people that want the properties that you don't want to do. There's so many ways, guys, but becoming a millionaire, do you got a 600 or 700 credit score? Do you want to acquire some assets and place some tenants? It's not hard. You're already beating 99% of the people in the game just by owning assets in America. I'm Dafis Absher. If you want to work with me, book a strategy call. I just told you the quickest way to become a millionaire. It's net worth, baby. It's not trash cash. Get your fucking asset game up. Get your ass up. Get started. Nothing is stopping you if you have a decent credit score. And if you don't, get a cosigner. Find someone. Borrow the money. Find someone to work with. No one is going to stop someone that really wants to be successful. Grab the shark method and I'll do it with you.